healing grow.
And so we are on the record in the matter of the City of Riverview versus David Smith, 231683.
Marcellin Act for the defendant. Good morning, Your Honor. Mr. Smith, give your full name to the judge. If there's anything that needs to be spelled for the court reporter.
David Arthur Smith.
All right, thank you. Today is the date scheduled for the arraignment pretrial in this matter, and counsel as to the arraignment.
We will waive the reading. Ask the court to stand and mute. Enter plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Or waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty for purpose of the arraignment. And as to the pretrial, counsel.
Judge, Mr. Carmen has been very generous. It's probably because you'll find out if you accept the plea. He's offering an added count of the is a disturbing civil infraction. I forget how they term it, where that charge is. And if you accept the plea, I'll warrant you're going to indicate what happened, because there's his next door neighbor is a co-defendant in this matter.
Is that person here right now?
I don't think so.
Her father advised her not to come in.
Oh, father told her not to show that. I got letters from 3 months. All right, no, don't answer it. Just apparently she's not here. I presume she's going to show up at some point. I hope the officer the same program, because they've been friends and neighbors forever.
Well, okay, so counsel, I'm reviewing the report, the narrative, and I would like to see if Ms. Molinen is present, so maybe we can handle both of these at the same time, and I can address both of them.
I think that makes sense. Is she up on the docket today, Judge?
She is at 10:15, that's how she was here.
Right.
Gordy, can you see if Karen Molinen has checked in yet, please? All right, so we're gonna go off the record, and then we're going to recall, this matter.
And Judge, if she's not here, I have a haircut just down the street, 10:07. Yeah, duck out to the come back.
10:07.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, they run it.
That's an interesting time.
I think the one person who doesn't know the writers are on strike is laughing at everything I say, so.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right, so let's see where she's at.
Yeah, because I think they both need a good lecture, Judge, and I think there was a relationship before this. That's silly to bark like dogs and spray hoses, so.
Well, you just gotta come.
I think if I were some lawyer, I'd be sitting in a court, Judge, just to get these ideas from you.
Well, there you go.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to recall the matter of the City of Riverview versus David Smith, 231683, and we're also calling the matter of the City of Riverview versus Karen Moreland, 231682. And appearance, counsel?
MrzFieldzYT Act for Mr. Smith, if you want. Mr. Smith, give your name, your full name to the judge.
David Arthur Smith.
All right, thank you. And
Attorney Corey Westmoreland appearing on behalf of Karen
Moylan.
Moylan.
all right, thank you. And right, ma'am, I'm not sure why you're wearing shorts to court.
I apologize.
Okay, are you picking her up when she put her name on the agenda? Okay. All right, and so we've already done the arraignment for Mr. Smith and the arraignment for Ms. Moreland and counsel.
At this time, Judge, we're prepared to waive the formal reading. My client stands mute.
All right, the court will waive the formal reading, enter plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment. And it's my understanding there's been a resolution in this matter. And it's the same resolution as for Mr. Smith, correct? Where this is being reduced to a civil infraction of loitering in a public place, correct?
That's correct, Judge.
Okay. All right, Mr. Smith, please raise your right hand. Ms. Moreland, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this matter the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You need to be much louder, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, because we have to be able to record you. And Mr. Smith, you have reviewed the plea in this matter, correct?
Yes.
And you understand what this matter's been resolved with, correct?
Yes.
And as to the amended charge of loitering in a public place, how do you plead?
Responsible.
Brilliant. You also understand the resolution of this matter, correct?
Yes.
As to the amended charge of loitering in a public place, how do you plead?
Yes,
Responsibly, not responsible.
possible.
And you've gone over your advice of rights, correct?
Yes,
Mr. Smith, you've gone over your advice of rights.
Yes.
And you understand those rights, correct, Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Correct, Ms. Moylan?
yes,
And you understand by entering into a plea that you will be waiving some of those rights, specifically your trial and appellate rights. Do you understand that, ma'am?
yes,
Sir?
Yes.
You also understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea in this matter, correct?
Yes.
Ma'am? And knowing all that, you still want to continue with your plea, is that correct, ma'am?
yes,
Mr.
Yes.
Smith? All right. The court will accept the plea as knowing and voluntary. And I called these matters together because it's my understanding that the two of you are neighbors, correct?
that's right.
Yes.
And how long have you all been neighbors?
It's my childhood home and it was his childhood home. And then, of course, we moved away and now I'm back taking care of my 92-year-old dad. So I've been there for 8 years taking care of my father.
Okay. All right, so you've been there for 8 years. And so how long have there been issues between the two of you?
At least 3 years.
Would you agree with that, Mr. Smith?
Yes.
And so, the two of you are old enough to know better than to behave in the manner that you're behaving. When there's allegations of a hose being sprayed in a house, or somebody barking like a dog, ma'am, you don't need to look at him.
I'm sorry.
You don't need to look over at him.
Okay.
That's incredulous. What in the world are either one of you thinking with your behavior?
He has pushed me for years and years. I have, and I know this doesn't, I just want this for his character. I have a pile of police reports from the Riverview Police, and almost everyone says he was highly intoxicated. He videos my 8-year-old granddaughters in the backyard with bathing suits on. He opens his window and screams. When I squirted the hose, I was cleaning carpets in the driveway with my carpet cleaner. He opened the window and said, "Hit me, bitch." And he did it 3 times.
Okay,
And that's, I lost it. I have no, I can't take him anymore. And this has been going on for years.
Mr. Smith, your comment as to this court statement.
Can you say, repeat that?
No, I'll ask you, Judge, so he understands. You didn't bark at her like a dog and tell her to hit you with the hose, right?
Not hit me with the hose.
But to squirt me or whatever it was, right? All right, and this has gone on for some time with your neighbor.
Yes.
And you agree it's absolutely ignorant, foolish, and even though you've been there longer, neither of you have any right to disturb the other.
Yes.
And you know that if you live in an apartment building, you couldn't do a doggone thing about this, right? And at least you got a fence between the property, and if you think she's coming on your property or she's antagonizing you, you look the other way. It doesn't matter how many times you call the police or she does, you only have your 38 or 40 feet, and that's all you have. And you can't encroach on her well-being or her peace or her serenity, and you can't play your music too loud. I don't care what time of the day it is. You understand that, right?
Yes.
And you would understand that you shouldn't be antagonizing this woman. You know her father. You've been friends with him all of your life. Is that right? Judge, I don't know what else to do. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. This is like life imitating art. And the fact that they both have homes and it's their family homes, and something this stupid with hoses. I mean, that's one of the first cases I prosecuted 45 years ago. There's a woman squirting her next door with a hose because it's like it's repeating itself. And please don't antagonize. You got a heck of a break here today because we can go to trial and let 6 jurors of your peers in your community hear how stupid you guys acted. And they might acquit you, they might convict you. But all the same, you know this lady, you don't need to bother her or her father. Do you agree?
Yes.
Sir, I'm going to ask you a few questions. Do you take photos or video anybody at the home next to you with Ms.
my house.
Moylan's home?
Of my house.
You take videos of your house.
Yeah, to show the damage that they draw lines on my brick.
Who's they? Who's they? Who's they?
The Cody family.
Ms. Moreland draws lines on your bricks,
Yes,
on your house.
yes.
So if you're taking photos of your house, why would she think that you're taking photos or videos of her grandchildren?
I don't know.
I have a police report. When I called the police out, when he was standing there with a camera videoing my 2 granddaughters in bathing suits. I called the police, they came, they said it's legal if he's on his own property, unless he's using it in a manner that is inappropriate.
Okay, correct.
So I've never rode on his house. I have no reason to. He accuses me of looking in his bathroom window. His bathroom window is about that high. Like, I'm gonna get a step ladder and look in his window. I used to change his diapers as a baby. I don't wanna see anything on him.
Sir, if you think she's looking in your bathroom window, why don't you just close your blinds or your shades or whatever?
Well, I'm in the shower at the time, that's why I opened the window to let the steam out.
You can open the window and still keep any window covering closed.
I don't have any window coverings.
Well, we get some. If you're worried about her looking in the bathroom window, get some window coverings.
Okay,
That's an easy solution. But taking up police resources because the 2 of you cannot get along is unacceptable. On every level. Every level. Why would you bark like a dog? What would you accomplish with that?
I didn't want to say anything mean.
Sir, don't say anything at all. Turn around. Don't make any noises.
Okay,
Who called the police for this incident?
I did.
And then when the police got there, you wouldn't let them in your house to show them any damage from the water. Right?
Yes,
So what were you trying to accomplish by having the police come out? If you didn't want to show them any evidence of the damage?
I didn't know
You didn't know what?
that they wanted to come in and see.
Sir, you're alleging somebody sprayed water into your home, which could potentially be damage to property. And so you didn't think they'd want to see the damage?
Yes,
Okay. Ma'am, the officers were correct. I mean, in this day and age, you have no idea who's being videoed, what's being videoed, and you hope that it's not for any inappropriate purposes. I don't know how, Mr. Smith, you were taking video of drawing on bricks. And if you're supposed to be facing your house to see that, how you would end up focusing your camera on her grandchildren.
I didn't know.
Is your driveway side next to her house? Or is her driveway side next to your house?
My house.
Okay, so then you don't have to exit your home towards her house.
Yes,
Okay. I'm sure both of you. If you are both back in this court for a similar issue, this court will not accept a plea to a civil infraction. And there may also be additional charges for use of resources and cost of prosecution as well. You are utilizing resources because the 2 of you can't act like adults and get along at all. You're utilizing resources of the Riverview Police Department. You're utilizing resources of attorneys. You're paying out of pocket, Mr. Smith, for attorneys.
yes.
Ma'am, if you have an issue with how much you can take from Mr. Smith's behavior, perhaps you should look into therapy so that you know what you need to do to process that so that you can keep your composure and not end up back here also. Mr. Smith, if you don't want to say anything mean, you don't say anything at all. Don't make any noises. Don't bark like a dog, meow like a cat, anything else.
Yes.
The
You
court's
should
going to
buy some window shades too. I mean, that's
Absolutely.
part of Valley PTA, keep your window shades completely down.
Do you have,
Understand that?
do you have window coverings on any other windows?
The bedroom windows.
Okay, well, you may want to look into getting window coverings for your windows, sir.
Okay.
Anything else, Mr. Zelnick?
No, can't make this up.
Anything else, Mr. Westmoreland?
Not at this time, Judge.
$175 for each of you. Do you have that to pay today, ma'am?
I'll have to check, I don't know.
We would simply just request 30 days to pay. She's retired on a very limited income, so we get 30 days to pay, Judge.
Okay,
He's gonna pay today, Judge.
all right, thank you. Ma'am, in the event you're back in court, shorts are not appropriate for court.
Thank you, I didn't know, I'm sorry.
All right, thank you. I will indicate the $175 for Ms. Moreland, and that's payable by September 1st. And Mr. Smith, you're paying that today.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to you both. Thank you.
I'm gonna take it down to Joanne's family.
Okay, Mr. Zelnick, thank you.
Will you hand me my screen box?